Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Game on Cloud 9 here, and I'm here to bring you guys a new Bleach manga 499 prediction. And yeah, this week's chapter of Bleach was sort of kind of a decent chapter. It wasn't really anything like brand new revealed in this chapter. It's basically just a continuation of the cliffhanger we got in the last chapter, which was when Akon was trying to find out where Ichigo is so we can contact him. And of course he finds out Ichigo isn't in human world. So he finds a way to contact Urahara, which is of course with Ichigo and Hueco Mundo, and tries to tell him, oh, I need to speak to Ichigo, I need to speak to Ichigo. And Urahara's like, well, Ichigo's kind of busy right now. And, he's trying to figure out, like, Urahara actually kind of knows that the Quincy's are in Soul Society because he asked him how things are going over there. And, of course, Akon takes it as a joke at first, but, we all know, like, Urahara, I mean, he knows what's going on. Urahara is a pretty smart dude. I mean, this dude is, like, smarter than Aizen. So, it doesn't surprise me that he kind of figured out or he knew that the Quincy's were attacking Soul Society. But anyway, so we see Ichigo fighting against Kurage. And the whole time it appears Kurage is kind of just trying to steal away Ichigo's Bankai with that medallion, and it just won't work. And that goes back to what I always say, we got to pay attention to these special war potentials. That's exactly what I'm thinking. I mean, they already said Ichigo is one. So I'm thinking that's exactly the requirement for a special war potential, and it has to do with the nature of their powers. So definitely, Kurage's medallion not working against Ichigo is, to me, proof or has to do with something with the special war potentials. But anyway, Ichigo actually even figures out the fact that Kurage seems a bit scared of his Bankai, because he even asked him that, and then Kurage basically just, rises up and is like, like, where are the Volsens are not scared of Bankai, and, screaming and hollering about Bankai, and of course Urahara just kind of puts lights out on Kurage real quick. I mean, I don't think Kurage is dead, but he sure, kind of knocked him out for a bit, and told Ichigo, like, he threw him the phone, and Ichigo, at the end of the chapter, is supposed to be talking to Akon about basically going to Soul Society. I mean, he didn't get into a whole discussion. We didn't see the whole discussion just yet, but we see the whole Garganta or the Senkaimon, I'm not sure which one it is in this case, is opened up for Ichigo to go to Soul Society so that he can end up facing off against the Vanin right there. So a couple of different things may go on while he's in Soul Society. One thing I was kind of wondering is most of the Quincy's attack going to be finished by the time Ichigo gets there? And the reason why I'm saying that is, like, has there been a time lapse in between the time where Akon was trying to find Ichigo and, now? Or, even when Ichigo arrives there, are any of them already going to be taken out because of how powerful these Quincy's are and they've already taken some Bankais away? So, I mean, there's a lot of questions, that the time, in between now and later, is really raises. Now, another thing I kind of want to think about is the fact that who is Ichigo going to end up facing when he gets there? Is he going to face the Ukitake / Byakuya looking dude? I'm not sure which Star Knight letter he is, but you guys don't know I'm talking about the guy who looks like he's right underneath Buckbeard. Or, is he going to end up facing Buckbeard himself coming straight into the Soul Society? Obviously, I think if he faces either one of the two, he's probably going to end up getting beaten, seeing as how that seems like, that's kind of how Kubo tends to write. Like, whoever Ichigo ends up facing, out of a new force of an enemy, he always gets taken out. You think about, like, right before the Soul Society arc started with Renji and Byakuya, when they were introduced, who did Ichigo get taken down by? Them. And then you think about with the Arankars, Ichigo got beat up by Yami and Grimjo at one point. So I wouldn't be too surprised if he got beat up by the guy who's right underneath Buckbeard, or Buckbeard himself starting into this and then having to go train and get stronger. Because that's, again, that seems how Kubo tends to start off his arcs a little bit. But either way, I'll be cool. It would be cool to actually see him fight one of them coming into the Soul Society. Another thing is, I wonder as far as the visors, how their powers are going to work against these Vandenreich members, and hopefully we'll see them next chapter. I'm not too sure if we will, but I'm like, Ichigo most definitely will probably be entering Soul Society next chapter, or we'll probably get a flash over to him entering at the end of the chapter, and maybe we'll flash back over and see what the rest of the Soul Society is doing next chapter for the most part. And like I said, he's going to enter at the end. But anyway, that's pretty much my thoughts on the chapter, guys, and what I think is going to happen next chapter. So, leave me your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. And don't forget to rate this video. So if you do like this video, please put a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, you can put thumbs down. It's your choice. And also, don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy my content, you enjoy my channel, and you like to see more. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.